First, can you tell me a bit about footy.com and what you've been doing with them today?
Yeah, no, I think you can see from the video, the full video. It's quite a light-hearted bit of fun, which can surround deadline day. I'm sure some fans don't enjoy deadline day, but some people do. But I think you can see from the video, it's very light-hearted and very funny, and it was nice to be a part of it.
Is that something you enjoy doing? Something a bit different, just to get away from the day-to-day football and what have you, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it is nice. And obviously, always helps when the things away from football are football because you've got an interest in it, so to speak. So yeah, no, it's really fun to be a part of.
As you say, it's tied in with deadline day. What do you players make of deadline day? Do you pay any attention to it? Obviously, I mean, you moved on deadline day, didn't you, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, no, I've actually got a program on just to the left of me, deadline day on. But just seeing what's going on. But I think deadline days, me as a player anyway, I like watching it and seeing what's going on and who's coming in, who's coming out, so to speak, and seeing any deals that kind of happen last minute. But yeah, I'm watching one currently.
The silence is quite deafening at West Ham at the moment. Have you got any intel? Are you expecting any new faces tomorrow?
Intel from me, unfortunately.
No, I didn't think so. Just on to West Ham then, Jarrod. Am I right in thinking it looks a fun, positive club to be at the moment?
That's what it is, yeah. I think fans from the outside can see the togetherness in the group, the spirit that's in the group, and I think you can see that in the performances. And I think that's why, especially why we're doing so well as well for the last couple of seasons. The spirit's there, the fans as well, the passion that they bring, and support they bring as well. It's just one big family, happy club.
I mean, when you joined West Ham, they were in the middle of a relegation battle, really, weren't they? Did you think for a second that a year later you'd be pushing for the top four?
No, listen, it was probably a bit strange, but as a player, you want to be pushing at the top as a club, and I think that's what we've done. We got out of the relegation battle, which this club deserved to be nowhere near. But the fact was that we was in a relegation battle, got out of that, and then the season later we finished in the Europa League places, and then this season again I think we've gone on another level again, and we want to push into that top four spot, so that's what we want to achieve as a club.
How has it done, do you think, to turn West Ham from relegation battlers to genuine contenders at the right end of the table?
I think what we spoke about the first question about the happiness and the spirit, and the togetherness as a club. Every day in training is, spirits are high. And I think that's a massive part of it. I think when you come into an environment that you're in every single day, and to see everyone enjoying it and everyone happy, I think that plays a big part in success.
I remember, just from a personal point of view, that Lanzini goal at Spurs and the way you all celebrated that. I mean, there were no fans in the ground or anything, but yet the way, I mean, you all went absolutely bananas, didn't you? It's the first time I thought, this lot have got a bit about them. There's a band of brothers there. Is that the sort of situation, do you think?
Yeah, I think we was 3-0 down after about 15, 20 minutes or something. But again, it goes to show that grit that we've got in this team that's come from, especially from the manager as well. As players as well, you always have that drive, you always have that hunger. But being 3-0 down, and then I think the manner of the goal, the strike that it was, especially the last kick of the game, like you said, I think you can see from every player's reaction, it was just pure joy, especially with the manager, his celebration as well on the side of the pitch. And I think that just, 3-0 down away from home after 20 minutes is obviously never easy for anyone, but especially against your bitter rivals. And then to dig in the way we did and then score that goal in the last kick of the game was just unbelievable.
Do you think the squad has enough depth at the moment to sustain the challenge you've got on, three fronts it will be, won't it?
Yeah, I think you look at the games that we've had already. We've had, 22 Premier League games, is it, or something like that. And, the Europa League games that we've had, the Carabao Cup games we've had, the FA Cup games we've had as well. We've had a lot of games already, and the squad's done more than enough right now. So now it's about, as a team, pushing forward again for the second half of the season, for a big second half of the season.
And you've been a standout player this season. What do you put your form down to?
I think just myself, and just wanting to develop my game and wanting to be the best version of me, which last season was my first full season in the Premier League. which was always going to be new to me. And then this season, it was about improving again, and just trying to do what I know that I can do, what I know I've got in the locker, so to speak, and being the best that I can be, I think. And I've got a long way to go yet, a lot more to come, I think, from my side. But I'm happy with how it's going right now.
I think West Ham's endless search for a striker is well documented. Is that a role you can step into if and when required? Do you like being the focal point, or do you prefer it out of the wing?
I think I've played up front a few times now with different injuries or suspensions or whatever it may be, and I've enjoyed it up there, and I like playing up there. So yeah, if I'm needed to play up front, of course I'll play up front.
Do you have a goal target in mind this season, or does the manager set you one or anything?
No, I have my own targets at the start of the season, and it's about at the end of the season I'll look at them and evaluate them. So of course, as a player, I set myself targets for goals and assists, and obviously appearances, staying injury free, and playing as much as possible.
Are you on schedule for your target, do you think?
Hopefully, yeah.
Good. Now, lots of people, including your manager, in fact, are talking you up for an England call. Have you heard anything about that? Because presumably that's an ambition for any footballer, any English footballer.
Of course it is, yeah. It's like, I've said before that it's every boy's dream to play for their national team. And of course it's one of my dreams. And, all I'm doing is, like I said before, playing my game and playing to the ability that I know that I can play at and I want to stick at. So if an England call-up happens, I'd love it. But, it's a long way away till international break. So my focus now is pushing this team up into the top four, which I want to do. And then if an England call-up happens, and obviously I'll be delighted.
On to the Europa League, Jarrod. West Ham seem to have taken to that like a duck to water. I mean, how far can you go?
If we want to go all the way, of course, it's going to be difficult. I think when the draw was made, it was new for a lot of players, myself included. The manager's obviously got European experience through his career. So I think the main thing to start with was we wanted to qualify from the group. And, we've done that with top in the group, which, obviously it means that you missed the round of 32. So, we're into the knockout of 16. So, it's not far away to go on a proper good run. So what we can do is watch the games and then wait for the draw to see who we can get.
Fans are singing about Barcelona. We're coming for you. Do you have your eye on any particular draw? What would that be like?
Barcelona would be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Seeing the West Ham fans out there, the Camp Nou would be great. But anyone we see who we play.
And just finally, really, it's the FA Cup at the weekend. What are your thoughts on that draw? It looks like on one hand it's a good opportunity to get through, but on the other, is there that trepidation that you really don't want to be on the end of that upset?
Of course, there's always, people want a giant killer in FA Cup football, don't they? But us as a group of players, we know the challenge that we've got. It's going to be difficult, no doubt about it. But what we want to do is go there, obviously qualify for the next rounds. So that's our main kind of focus for the weekend coming up. You
played for a non-league team. I mean, presumably you'll know what that means to Kidderminster and their players that West Ham are coming to town. Yeah, no, they will be right up for it for sure. But like I said, we want to go there and we want to, no hiccups, just go there, win the game, come back, see who we get in the next round. 42 years since West Ham won a trophy, Jarrod. What would it mean to you and this group of players to end that drought? I mean everything. We're got a good couple of competitions that we've got a good chance in. We was in the Carabao where we got knocked out in the end, but even then we was looking forward to that as well. So we've got the FA Cup and the Europa League, which as me as a player, I would love to achieve that. And it'd be quite a send off for Mark Noble, wouldn't it? What's his impact and inspiration to you around the club? Oh no, he was from the day I signed. Making me feel welcome, talking to me about different areas, about living, asking about me and my family. And, he's everything that this club is, isn't he? You'll ask anyone and it's, not Mark Noble. And, he's been great. And to send him off with, seeing him lift that silverware really put a smile on our faces. Well, that's brilliant. That's all for me. I think, Jarrod, thank you very much. Nice to talk to you. Thank you. Nice to talk to you. Cheers, mate.